Law of karma is very, very tricky.
That's why ignorance is bliss.
Law of karma applies according to your consciousness. There should be many alternatives. And when you choose a wrong alternative, law of karma affects you.
Because the feeling is not of killing, the feeling is...
Actually, you are not creating any bad karma when you are
In terms of human being, if as a human being is killing an plant, killing an animal or killing a human being, karmically how is it different?
First of all, you can't kill the group soul.
Right.
The soul can never be killed. Actually, you are not creating any bad karma when you are killing in inverted karmas in plant or animal, because there is no killing.
Right.
You are not giving suffering to them. And there is no free will there is no individual soul there.
Right.
But your mental habit of trying to kill something without reason,
Right.
and that reflects upon you. I can't just kill you for sport.
Right.
But if I am hungry, a lion will eat you. There is nothing wrong there. Even if you are a human being, if you are hungry and nothing to eat, you can kill other human being and eat. Karma doesn't come because you are hungry. You are an animal. But once you have raised your consciousness, law of karma applies according to your consciousness.
Right.
Understand? I'll tell you a small example.
Yes.
In the Kaurava dynasty, who should be the king? Duryodhana or Dharmaraja? Yudhishthira. Duryodhana is the elder brother's son. Yudhishthira is younger brother's son. Okay. But Yudhishthira is elder to Duryodhana in age.
Right.
So who should become next king? So there was a test of dharma, test of merit to find out who is the right person to become a king. So questions were put to Duryodhana and you should answer. Same questions were put to Yudhishthira, you should also answer. Whoever is a better person, then he will become a king. What was the question? Okay, Duryodhana was sitting as a judge. One person came. Okay. 4 persons were presented. They were all murderers. 4 persons.
Right.
So Duryodhana started interviewing them. He called a person. Hey, did you commit murder? Duryodhana asked. He said, yes, Swamiji. Oh, you killed for somebody? Oh, hang this fellow. If he killed somebody, he must be hanged. That is justice. Then he called the case B. Did you kill? Yes, Swamiji, I killed. You also killed. Okay, hang this fellow also. Then the third fellow came. C. Did you kill? Have you murdered? Yes, Swamiji. Okay, you also should be hanged to death. Fourth fellow. Yes, Swamiji, I killed. Everybody was shouting, oh, what a great judgment. For everybody he gave a same judgment. Then Duryodhana went away. Then Dharmaraj Yudhishthira came. He sat in the chair. Again the same four people came. Case A. Okay, did you commit murder? Yes, Swamiji. Okay, tell me your background. I am a laborer, uneducated man. Okay. From the poorest of poor class, uneducated. So, okay, you committed murder because of the lack of education. So give him 6 months imprisonment. He committed murder because of lack of education. He belongs to uneducated class. So, but yet he murdered. So give him 6 months imprisonment, not death penalty.
Not death penalty.
Then case B he called. Did you commit a murder? Yes, Swamiji, I committed a murder. What is your background? I am a businessman. Oh, well educated. Still you committed. Okay, give him 6 years imprisonment. Third case C. Did you commit murder? Yes, Swamiji, I committed murder. What's your background? I am a local jamindar. I am a local lawyer. You are very well educated. But still you committed murder. Give him life imprisonment. Then the fourth one, he committed murder. Did you commit murder? Yes. And what is your background? I am a Brahmin. Oh, you are Brahmin, have studied Vedas. Still you committed murder. You hang this fellow. So it depends upon the background.
Right.
The human kingdom, the law of karma comes. And law of karma is different for different people.
Right. So the more aware, the more conscious you are,
Oh,
the
yeah.
more higher conscious you are, the more responsibility you have.
Yes. And the harsher will be the karma effect for you.
That's why ignorance is bliss.
That's why ignorance is bliss. So law of karma applies to human kingdom, does not apply to animal kingdom. So actually you are not, since it doesn't, there is no killing as such, But still, you cannot kill. For sport, for play, game, you can kill for only eating. That too when the alternative stores are not available for you. Lobsang Rampa came from Tibet, where they cut the yak and eat. There's nothing else grows there. Only moss grows, and yak sustains on the moss. And this fellow can't eat the moss. You can't eat the moss. So they live on the yak. Fair enough. But in Hyderabad and Mumbai, if you are eating animals, you are stupid. In the North Pole, you are eating fish, or even if you are eating human beings, nothing wrong. You are at that level. There is no alternative. But where there is alternative, your free will comes and law of karma comes. Where there is no alternative, law of karma doesn't apply. There should be many alternatives. And when you choose a wrong alternative, law of karma affects you. So the same situation, you are eating a chicken in Mumbai, it is wrong. You are eating a chicken or a fish in North Pole, where nothing is grown, and you don't have any supply. You have to live. So you kill the animal and eat. There, the law of karma doesn't apply.
Because the feeling is not of killing. The feeling is just for your own survival.
Yes.
Right.
It's not to harm others.
And you're not doing for your taste buds. You're doing
Yes.
for your survival.
So law of karma is very, very tricky.
Right.
Different for different people, in different stations, in different moods, in different situations. We can't generalize.
Right.
We can generalize. In Bombay, don't eat chicken and mutton.
Right.
Everything is available. All the plant foods are available. Why are you cutting animals?
Right. So then in some religion, it is okay to kill and have animal food since childhood, and they've been given as a family, and they are very ignorant about it because from the childhood they are eating, and now when they grow up, they start understanding it. How does that work?
When they start understanding it, then the law of karma affects you.
Right.
I'll tell you my own elder brother's case. He was born into Brahmin family, my family,
Right.
my elder brother,
Yes.
pure vegetarian. Okay, but when he went to England, he became a non-vegetarian. Okay, after which he was affected by psoriasis. Because as a Brahmin, he knew that vegetarianism is correct. He went against his own knowledge. In Bible, there is a statement: whatever you do against your better knowledge is sin for you. So, what is sin, what is not sin, is decided by your knowledge.
Right. What you do against your better knowledge.
My brother had a better knowledge, being born a Brahmin. Some other Chinese fellow whom he followed, he was always Chinese, he was eating meat. So, he didn't have any better knowledge, so nothing happened to him. But my brother was affected by psoriasis because he committed a sin. The Chinese fellow did not commit a sin. They are born meat eaters. Okay, nothing happened to them.
Yeah.
Nothing
For them it's a norm.
It's a norm for them.
Yeah.
For my brother, psoriasis was affected because he had a better knowledge. He went against his better knowledge. Once one person became a vegetarian after being a non-vegetarian for many years, became vegetarian. But after 6 months, somehow he went to a party. He wanted to eat egg. He ate egg. After he became a vegetarian, after 6 months, by tempting, he ate an egg. When he came back, he started vomiting for 3 days. So it didn't get him. Otherwise, he was earlier eating all meat and everything, nothing happened to him. But after he became a vegetarian, after he became a meditator, he started eating the egg. So that's one egg affected him. Only one egg affected him. Why?
Right.
Because now he had better knowledge. He
Yes.
became a meditator.
Right.
Now even one egg affects you.
One more question, sir. Different context. Sometimes, say a mosquito is biting me or an ant is biting me, and then I kill that ant. Whole night I have to sleep, and if I don't kill this mosquito, it is going to bite me whole night, and I'll be disturbed. So, what is law of karma there? What choice do I make?
First of all, what is an ant? What is a mosquito? Mosquito has been, as I said, human beings' scum. They became mosquitoes and all those things. Unwanted things. Your blood-sucking ideas have become mosquito.
Right.
They are again blood sucking your blood.
Hmm.
Okay. So that fellow is harming you.
Right.
Okay. You can remove that harm
Yes.
by killing it. I don't think there is any karma for it.
Right.
If an ant is moving on the road, you are driving, you wantonly take it on just for sport.
Right.
No, that is
Of
wrong.
course.
That shows your tendency.
Yes.
That tendency boomerangs on you. Not that you have killed that, but your tendency to kill like that boomerangs on you.
Right.
Here, when you kill a mosquito, your tendency is natural.
Right. So it is the feeling behind the act.
It is the feeling behind the act.
The intention.
The intention is very important.
Right.
When I was young, in my kitchen, in my native place, rats used to come. My mother used to say, kill them. I used to trap them and kill them brutally. I was finding them very adventurous, heroic.
Right.
My mother asked me to kill them, I killed them. Now I won't kill them. Now I have a better knowledge.
Yes.
Now I won't kill them. I'll say, Namaskar. Whatever you want, eat, eat. At that time, I killed them. Now I feel bad. At that time, I didn't feel bad.
Yes.
So, at that time, I was ignorant.
Yes.
Carrying out the advice of my mom. My mom also did not know. Had she the knowledge of meditation that she had at that time, she would have never asked for that. In survival instinct, killing is not a sin. But in non-survival situations, for sport, that attitude is wrong. You will be made to pay for that attitude. Law of karma happens.
But sir, also like a lot of research has been done, and it shows that even if in a survival stage you are killing the animal, and when the animal dies from those emotions, of fear or frustration or anger, and you are eating that animal, are you not imbibing the same emotions?
You are imbibing that.
Yeah.
You are what you eat.
Yes. So like we say, Jaisan Vesaman.
Yes,
Foods
that's true.
create
So you are
moods.
affected.
Yeah, and tamasic food you tend to feel also very tamasic. So foods does create moods.
Absolutely so. You have to be very careful about your food. That's why only plant food. Because plant kingdom has come from the good intentions of human kingdom left out.
Right,
And they are group souls of different nature.
right,
Okay. Animal group souls have got different nature. They got all the feelings. But plants don't have that much feelings.
right. So it's a feelings vary between these two.
Feelings vary. So plant food is perfect. Animal food is wrong.
Right. Clear, sir. Thank you, sir.